Eye n'Ensoko TV oboroso bw'umugusi.
Mwanchumwirigirira ya Ensoko TV ni magoroba endengi emagoroba eyigayeri tukirigari emerongo 3 ni rimuri tkorio mwera asomotienyi oyo iga ogatatu litkoreria Jumaine Chinsa niko michebo no magoroba cha Afrika ya mocheka kingo kwarigania eri tukanyora maya senchira yo bwenge bura basikiba ito bayariganire aseri tukori gimana bwega sese moye no kugena kwane una kwagenderero bujana bwega nongendera tukwati merubiriansi Ensoko TV bwikira bone gana ninga kiega yo kwemanya mange alia agendera tokorekana ya etira na bwego ayara chikubwa tosangaso bwa mwetera senchira yo mutanda bwekera Facebook na bwega sese media ya YouTube Ensoko TV erietariane Ishmael Mogere. Asumu chakaro mogorobo bono kia maborio agenderete koba mange wetania amachibu igoro yemibere y'abantu kure county ya Nyamirekorende ya tindegetu ase county ya Kericho monene wekombe gya DCI Amin Mohamed nigaye nikiribuna emibere y'abantu 33 nebimo bitano na kemo nigo byatokire na igo gutugutirare umubaro oyo ayana netwe aburi tangani bw'emibere y'abantu 13 Amin Mohamed nigatibiribuna abantu 10 osabantu kata abantu 6 abo bakageirwe kubwateranirwa n'ebikoro ebyo nigo babikuru byara abo asa obo tukibogenderete nabo igo abantu batatu nigo babwatukiru kingaki obo tukibogenderete.
The exhumation exercise conducted on March 24th, 2026 pursuant to court orders and under the direct supervision of the Office of the Chief Government Pathologist represented by Dr. Richard Njoroge and Dr. Donna Nyamunga, together with my DCI forensic team, yielded 33 bodies instead of the 13, which comprised of 8 adults and 25 fetuses, plus 6 additional body parts. And these body parts were conclusively identified as amputation specimens, including fragmented tibias, tarsals, and carpals. This represents, ladies and gentlemen, a significant and highly suspicious and authorized disposal of additional human remains, and thereby raising strong concerns about concealment, concerns about irregularities in mortuary management, and possible criminal conduct in the handling and disposal of the dead bodies. Autopsy exercise commenced on March 26, 2026 at Kericho County Referral Hospital Mortuary revealed that for the 26 fetuses, the causes of death included, and this is very important, prematurity, birth asphyxia, and several cases whose cause of death could not be established by the pathologists due to decomposition of the bodies over time. And for the 8 adults, 2 cases remain unascertained due to advanced decomposition. Trauma-related causes include 1 case of head injury due to blunt force trauma and 1 case of pulmonary thrombolism, secondary to head injury caused by blunt force trauma. So far, we have arrested a total of 6 suspects. But after interrogation and interviews, we released 3 who are still, again, under active investigations, but the remaining 3 are in custody pursuant to court orders. And their names are as follows. Jason Machora Nyarbi, who is the mortuary officer in charge. He's the mortician, the chief mortician in Nyamira Teaching and Referral Hospital. We have David Araka Makori, is the public health officer, and Richard Towet alias Ezekiel, who is the cemetery caretaker. The court proceedings are ongoing, and the matter is slated for formation on 23rd of April 2026.
Ense moyende etureti abagavana nigo bamuchire omonene bw'abanyanyimbo asuko bwaterana n'abaseneta eriko babeka byara abagavana abo batari gwikirana bosi bwa committee ya sipaka asenkwana yabo n'abariki bamangana nigo munyekero gwetureti abagavana na nigo aerire buna abagavana tibari gwikirana bosi bwa committee ya sipaka ye bunge ya seneta weka egekare gati abagavana nabo igo burayi bwe bunge ya seneta insio monogeri bwe bunge eyo Amason King egekarekyo gyakorekanire.
The Council of Governors notes with utmost concern the actions by the Office of the Inspector General of Police in what appears to be unwarranted and disproportionate exercise of force in the attempt to arrest Nairobi Governor, His Excellency Sakaja Johnson. This follows his failure to appear before the Senate County Public Accounts Committee, CPAC, pursuant to a resolution made collectively as the Council over the conduct of specific senators in the captioned committee. We state in the strongest terms possible that, one, this matter is not a personal issue concerning one governor, but a collective decision made by the Council of Governors following continuous extortion, unnecessary harassment, and intimidation by 4 members of the said committee. 2, it is regrettable to single out a few governors for coercive action in a grave matter that remains unresolved between the Committee of Senate and the Council of Governors. The Council, that's item 3, has also sought audience with the leadership of the House to resolve the issues in vain. As such, the decision to pursue arrest of governors while allegations against committee members remain unaddressed defeats the intent of oversight, it deepens mistrust, and undermines the rule of law. We wish to state that yesterday, 29 governors were summoned by CPAC. Only 2 appeared, and those 2 declined to proceed with substantive engagement in line with the Council's position, pending resolution of key issues between the Council and the Senate leadership.
While we were here,
United Alternative Government nigo yagikiri burule serikali enene serikali county ya Nairobi asuko batagorera ebibanda bonchiruri bechiru yagekumba ase egotebekana buna nigo byagachirange n'uruchirwa Nairobi erikubeka emitaro yogwetia mache abo bisabe county ya Nairobi nigo babete bako batago usabago tagore ebibanda ebyo botubugo kira lero ase gwikabono abonchiririo bagenderete kuamiriria egetambukiro ekyo.
We have a lot of hope in you. You are the biggest human resource asset that we have to help the world partner with Kenya. Because this...
While we were here, we are very disturbed by what is coming out of our capital city. The demolitions at 4 o'clock at Kikomba Market are inhuman, they are disheartening, and we condemn them unreservedly. Why on earth would you want to disturb people at 4 o'clock in the morning if you are doing anything lawful? And yet we remember it was at that same Gikomba where William Ruto the other day went and said he was putting there a market. So this inhuman treatment of Kenyans by an uncaring administration of Kenya Kwanza needs unreservedly to be condemned. We stand with the people who are affected. We will insist on compensation and whatever. I remember, in fact, when we last visited Gikomba, Wakili Njiru had obtained a court order stopping them from carrying out those demolitions.
What happened last night is inhuman, it's brutal, it's unacceptable. It is persecution of small traders. And we ask him, William Ruto, we know, we understand your frustration that Kenyans want to send you home to be a one-term president. But why are you at war with the Kenyans? You are at war with the Kenyans. Why do you release policemen and other people with such vicious brutality in the middle of the night to persecute the people of Kenya? The purported arrest of Sakaja was diversionary. It was a red herring. It was meant to divert attention as cruel and inhuman actions were being planned by William Ruto and the police. I want to ask the traders to take heart and to appreciate that difficult as things are, our day is coming. And we have a date with William Ruto next year on the 10th of August. And we must put an end to these inhuman and brutal acts against innocent Kenyans who are trying to echo.
Konyi bumrai wense Professor Kithure Kindiki ni garuro kubore guchiase abambassador bense ya Kenya guchiase Chinsa Chase kwene kibuna nkoni bare ense ya Kenya guchiase Chinsa chinde asebabekire kurwa bakoreri eriyo koroseria ense ya Kenya eri tarigia Kindiki nigo boigo aine kiribunase oburai bwaboro ni serikali ebegetumukia wekerania magendero na munchiro ya sebinto aukorwa chisemi obocheno bwagachi bwechinyumba chirigulire ense konyorera abasaye emirimo Kindiki nigo haya kwa naye engakiyo gusieke gikarugi komina kianda ki Ambassadors Conference Gala dina ase county ya Nairobi.
We have a lot of hope in you. You are the biggest human resource asset that we have to help the world partner with Kenya. Because this transformation we are talking about, we cannot do it by ourselves. Why? Because going into the future, we will of course have a role to play as a country. But more with the kind of resources we need, despite the strides we are making, we need investments, we need capital injection, not necessarily from donor money or money from other governments, but private sector investments. For example, the dream to the first world, initially we need 5 trillion. We will not raise the entire 5 trillion ourselves. We just need to raise a fraction and crowd in private investments. And that's what we have started doing. Through the Safaricom partial disinvesture, and the partial sale of Kenya Pipelines shares, we are going to raise 350 billion. Just those 2 transactions alone.
What is the economic value of peace? And I'm deliberately talking about peace. I'm not talking of the economic value of an airport, the economic value of a road, the economic value of a dam. I'm talking about the economic value of peace. How do we quantify that? How do we package it? Because if there's something that Kenya can pride itself in, is to hold out and hold this very strong asset called peace.
Ekiama kia UDA niyo kiabwatokire certificate guchase abarwaniriri bebirogo byobo ebirogo ao ase obochore boke obuboro biri guche gokorekana asensemo ye bunge ya Emrua Dikir ward ya Pore County ya Samburu na boigo ward ya Endo imea Elgeyo Marakwet ukwana kurasa magacha manene kiama ekyomuri kyomonene we kiama ekyo kia UDA Hassan Omar nigatebire nigo bari no kwegenda buna ekiama ekyo nigo kiguche konyoro bobwe asobochori obwo wensi asabatebire nigo kibwate omugano bobobwe.
First and foremost is to issue my sincere congratulations and appreciation to the National Elections Board led by our very brother Anthony Maura and our very distinguished team. They have done this party proud. Maura, you do realize that every candidate you have handed over to us based on your good work, has ended up winning, and this will not be an exception. The last time we won 7 out of 7 of the seats available in the National Assembly, and UDA won the share or the majority of the MCA seats that were available then. That was on 27th November. In February, it was 4/4. All the seats available, the 3 MCA, West Cabras, Evrore, Muminji, and Isiolo South. And this time it will be 3/3. And it, as we also mourn our brother from Olkalau, it will still be 1/1. So UDA has positioned itself as a party that takes its nominations and its elections extremely seriously. And we are grateful to the complement of the members who continue to strengthen UDA as a party. So to the 3 gentlemen, this time around, there was a lady who competed but fell a little short. We are not in the business of losing elections. We are grateful first also to everybody who ran in the UDA nominations, and especially those with narrow margins who have accepted to join the winning candidate and reserve their fight for another day.
Gwikira buno tuwikira mweri bwa Amayia asinchira yobwenge Chinsa Ikomi cha Afrika ya muchense ya moni Chinsa sato Frida kirbo na chiko yaretera asinchira yobwagari buno asikibai chwagandira tuko yarigania asomogoroba obono gendera kubwa chimiro birende atigera asomogoroba bono wekeria nkyo Chinsa enye weka Chinsa isano nemo asomurubirio gwetero bini akuganiro mogoroba omuyeri teriane Ishmael Mogere.